Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Quarantine Theater Company musical reading. We are reading another classic Disney musical. This time it is Beauty and the Beast. I am your host, Curtis. I'll also be playing the role of Lumiere. And we have Anne as Belle. We got Eric as the Beast.
Hello.
We got Hunter as Gaston. And we
Yes.
got Logan as both Cogsworth and LeFou. We got Jessica as Mrs. Potts. We have Travis as Maurice. We also got Jennifer as the wardrobe and feather duster. And we also will have George as our scene description and Monsieur Dark. So, George, without further ado, can you start us off, please?
All right. Beauty and the Beast, originally written by Linda Wolverton. We see a progression of stained glass windows illustrating the narration, as well as Beast shredding his portrait.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled, selfish, and unkind. But then, one winter's night, an old beggar woman came to the castle and offered him a single rose in return for shelter from the bitter cold. Repulsed by her haggard appearance, the prince sneered at the gift and turned the old woman away. But she warned him not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within. And when he dismissed her again, the old woman's ugliness melted away to reveal a beautiful enchantress. The prince tried to apologize, but it was too late, for she had seen that there was no love in his heart. And as punishment, she transformed him into a hideous beast and placed a powerful spell on the castle and all who lived there. Ashamed of his monstrous form, the beast concealed himself inside his castle with a magic mirror as his only window to the outside world. The rose she had offered was truly an enchanted rose, which will bloom until his 21st year. If he could learn to love another and earn her love in return by the time the last petal fell, then the spell would be broken.
The camera slowly zooms out from the castle and we see the title.
If not, he would be doomed to remain a beast for all time. As the years passed, he fell into despair and lost all hope. Who could ever learn?
Exterior village, day. We fade up on the home of Belle. She exits the front door and begins her walk into town. Beginning of song, Belle.
Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town, full of little people, waking up to say
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
there goes the baker with his tray, like always, the same old bread and rolls to sell. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came to this poor provincial town.
Good morning, Belle.
Good morning, monsieur.
Where are you off to?
Ah, the bookshop. I just finished the most wonderful story about a beanstalk and an ogre and...
That's nice. Marie, the baguette. Hurry up.
Look, there she goes, that girl is strange.
No question.
Dazed and
Dazed and
distracted, can't you
distracted,
tell?
Never part of any crowd.
Cause her head's all up some onto his cloud.
No denying she's a funny girl, that Belle.
Bonjour.
Good day.
How is your family?
Bonjour.
Good day.
How is your wife?
Ow.
I need 6 eggs.
It's too expensive.
There must be more than this provincial life.
Well,
morning. I've come to return the book I borrowed.
Finished already?
Oh, I couldn't put it down. Have you gotten anything new?
Not since yesterday.
Ugh, that's right. I'll borrow this one.
That one? But you've read it twice.
Well, it's my favorite. Far off places, daring sword fights, magic spells, a prince in disguise.
Well, if you like it all that much, it's yours.
But sir,
I insist.
well, thank you very much.
There she goes. That girl is so
Peculiar. I wonder if she's feeling well.
The dreamy far
Look,
I don't
And
know.
a note
Stuff
in a
about
book.
what a
puzzle
puzzle to the rest of
the rest of us is
us.
Belle.
Isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because you see, she makes Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3.
Now there's no wonder that her name means beauty. Her looks have got no parallel.
But behind that fair facade, I'm afraid she's rather odd, very different from the rest of us.
She's nothing like the rest
The
of
rest of us,
Different from the rest of us is Belle.
Geese fly overhead. One is shot and plummets to the ground. LeFou runs over, holds out the bag, and misses catching the prize. He returns to Gaston.
You didn't miss a shot, Gaston. You're the greatest hunter in the whole world.
I know.
No beast alive stands a chance against you. And no girl for that matter.
It's true, LeFou, and I've got my sights set on that one.
The inventor's daughter?
She's the one, the lucky girl I'm going to marry.
But she's...
The most beautiful girl in town.
I know, but...
And that makes her the best. And don't I deserve the best?
Well, of course. I mean, you do, but
Right from the moment when I met her, saw her, I said she's gorgeous and high fair. Here in town there's only she who is beautiful as me. So I'm making plans to woo and marry Belle.
Look there, he goes. Isn't he dreamy? Monsieur Gaston. Oh, he's so cute. Be still, my heart. I'm hardly breathing. He's such a dull tart, strong and handsome brute.
Bonjour.
Pardon.
Good day.
May we?
you call this bacon?
What lovely grapes.
Some cheese.
10 yards.
1 pound!
Excuse me.
I'll get the knife.
Please let me through.
It's bread.
Those fish. It's
It's
stale.
stale. They smell.
Adam's mistaken.
Than this provincial life.
What? I'm going to make Belle my wife.
Look, there she goes. That
Goes
girl
that
is
girl is
strange
strange
but
but
special.
special.
A most peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity and a
Pity
sin.
and a sin. She doesn't quite it in, but she
Really
really is a
is a
funny
funny
girl.
A beauty but a funny
A funny girl, it really is a funny girl.
That Belle. Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
Bonjour!
End of song. Gaston appears in front of Belle.
Hello, Belle.
Just jump. Bonjour, Gaston.
Gaston grabs the book from Belle.
Gaston, may I have my book, please?
How can you read this? There are no pictures.
Well, some people use their imaginations.
Belle, it's about time you got your head out of these books and pay attention to more important things. Like me.
The Bimbettes, who are looking on, sigh. Belle has picked up the book and is cleaning off the mud.
The whole town's talking about it. It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she starts getting ideas. Thank you.
Gaston, you're positively primeval.
Why, thank you, Belle. Hey, what do you say you and me walk over to the tavern and have a look at my trophies?
Maybe some other time.
Wrong with her? She's crazy. He's gorgeous.
Please, Gaston, I can't. I have to get home and help my father.
That crazy old loon, he needs all the help he can get.
Gaston and LeFou laugh heartily.
Don't you talk about my father that way.
Yeah, don't talk about her father that way.
My father's not crazy. He's a genius.
Explosion in the background. Yep, it's Travis. Gaston and LeFou continue laughing. Belle rushes home and descends into the basement. Interior Belle's house basement day.
Papa?
How on earth did that happen? Dang on it.
He pulls the barrel off his waist along with his pants.
Are you all right, Papa?
I'm about ready to give up this hunk of junk.
You always say that.
I mean, this boneheaded contraption to work.
Yes, you will, and you'll win first prize at the fair tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Become a world-famous inventor.
You really believe that?
I always have.
Well, what are we waiting for? I'll have this thing fixed up in no time. Hand me that dog-legged clencher. There's what? Did you have a good time in town today?
I got a new book. Papa, do you think I'm odd?
My daughter? Odd? Where would you get an idea like that?
He appears from under the machine with bizarre goggle contraptions on his head, distorting his eyes.
Oh, I don't know. It's just that I'm not sure that I fit in here. There's no one I can really talk to.
What about that Gaston? He's a handsome fellow.
He's handsome, all right, and rude and conceited. Oh, Papa, he's not for me.
Well, don't worry, because this invention's going to be the start of a new life for us. I think that's done it. Now, let's give it a try.
The machine whirs and chops wood, just as it should.
It works!
It does! It does!
You did it! You really did it!
Hit up, Felipe girl. I'm off to the fair.
A log strikes him in the head, knocking him out. Fade to later in the day. Exterior outside Belle's house day.
Goodbye, Papa. Good luck.
Goodbye, Belle, and take care while I'm gone.
Maurice and Philippe continue on their journey until they become lost. Exterior forest, night.
We should be there by now. Maybe we missed a turn. I guess I should have taken a... Wait a minute.
He lifts his lantern to illuminate a sign giving directions to Anaheim and Valencia?
Wow. No, let's go this way.
Philippe looks right at a dark, overgrown path, then left towards a more inviting route, then begins to go left.
Come on, Philippe. It's a shortcut. We'll be there in no time.
Philippe and Maurice continue through the dark.
This can't be right. Where have you taken us, Philippe? We better turn around. Whoa, 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 boy. Whoa, Philippe. Whoa, whoa, look out.
A swarm of bats fly out of a tree. Philippe runs through the forest, avoiding everything until he almost runs over the edge of a cliff.
Back up, back up, back up. Good boy, good boy. That's good, that's good, that's up. Back up, steady, steady. Hey, now, steady, steady.
Philippe finally bucks him off.
Philippe!
Philippe runs away, leaving Maurice on the edge of the cliff.
Oh, no.
He looks up and sees wolves growling at him. Maurice runs away, being chased by the wolves. He stumbles down a hill and lands at the gate of a castle. He grabs the locked gate and tries to shake it open.
Is someone there?
The gate opens, and Maurice runs in. He slams the gate in the faces of the wolves, leaving his hat on the ground as the rain begins to fall. Maurice runs to the castle and bangs on the door. It creaks open, and he enters cautiously. Interior, the beast's castle, entrance hall, night.
Hello? Hello?
Watching from a table near the entrance are the candlestick Lumiere and the clock Cogsworth.
Old fellow must have lost his way in the woods.
Maybe he'll go away.
Is someone there?
Not a word, Lumiere. Not one word.
I don't mean to intrude, but I've lost my horse and I need a place to stay for the night.
Oh, Cogsworth, have a heart.
Shush, shush, shh.
Cogsworth puts his hand over Lumiere's mouth, who promptly proceeds to touch his candle hand to Cogsworth's hand.
Of course, Monsieur, you are welcome here.
Who said that?
He picks up the candlestick for light, not realizing that the speaker is in his hand.
Over here.
Where?
I know.
Ooh! Incredible.
Well, now you've done it, Lumiere. Splendid. Just peachy.
Maurice picks up Cogsworth.
How is this accomplished?
He fiddles with Cogsworth.
Down at once. Stop that. No, stop that, I say.
Maurice tickles the bottoms of Cogsworth's feet. He laughs, begins to wind the spring on the back of Cogsworth's head, twisting his face around with the clock hands. Maurice opens the front of Cogsworth and begins to play with his pendulum. Cogsworth slams the door shut on his finger.
Close that at once. Do you mind?
I beg your pardon. It's just that I've never seen a clock that... I mean, ow, ouch!
Maurice sneezes, I guess that was a sneeze, in the face of Cogsworth, who proceeds to wipe his face off, using his clock hands in a very anachronistic windshield wiper manner. Maurice sniffles, indicating the cold he has caught from being in the rain.
Oh, you are soaked to the bones, Monsieur. Come, warm yourself by the fire.
Thank you.
Lumiere and Maurice head towards the den, with Cogsworth running after them.
No. Do you know what the master would do if he finds him in here?
Beast is watching the action from an overhead walkway and rushes off as the trio enters the den. Interior of the Beast's castle, den, night.
I demand that you stop! Right there!
Cogsworth tumbles down the steps. Maurice takes a seat in a large chair in front of a roaring fire.
No, not the master's chair!
The footstool rushes past Cogsworth, barking up a storm.
Yes, I'm not seeing this.
Well, hello there, boy.
The footstool props himself up under the feet of Maurice. Coat rack enters and removes his cloak.
What service?
All right, this has gone far enough. I'm in charge here and...
Cogsworth is run over by the once again anachronistic IndyCar sounding T-cart of Mrs. Potts.
How would you like a nice pot of tea, sir? It'll warm you right up in no time.
He pours the tea into the cup, Chip, which hops over into Maurice's open hand.
No tea! No tea!
His mustache tickles, Mama.
Oh, hello!
The door of the den slams open, and a strong gust of wind blows into the room, extinguishing Lumiere's flames and the fire in the fireplace. Cogsworth dives for cover. Mrs. Potts begins to shake. Chip jumps back onto the tea cart and takes refuge from behind his mother.
Uh-oh.
Beast enters. We see him in full for the first time. He's on all fours. He looks around in the darkness.
There's a stranger here.
Master, allow me to explain. The gentleman was lost in the woods. He was cold and wet, so...
Lumiere's last sentence is drowned out by the very loud growl of Beast, which puts out his flames once again. Lumiere looks down dejected.
Master, I'd like to take this moment to say, I was against this from the start. It was all his fault. I tried to stop them, but did they listen to me? No.
Again, Beast's growl drowns out Cogsworth. Maurice looks to one side of the chair, then to the other, and sees Beast.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I was lost in the woods and
you are not welcome here.
I'm sorry.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
So you come to stare at the beast, have you?
Please, I meant no harm. I just needed a place to stay.
I'll give you a place to stay.
No, please, no!
Beast picks up Maurice, carrying him out of the room, and slams the door, plunging the den, along with Cogsworth, Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, and Chip, into darkness. Fade out. Exterior outside Belle's house, day. Fade into Belle's cottage, seen from the POV of Gaston and LeFou.
Oh boy, Belle's gonna get the surprise of her life, eh, Gaston?
Yep, this is her lucky day.
Gaston lets go of a branch, which swings back and hits LeFou in the mouth. Gaston turns to the band, wedding guests, and others, apparently just out of sight of Belle's cottage.
I'd like to thank you all for coming to my wedding, but first, better go in there and propose to the girl.
The minister, the baker, and the others laugh heartily. Camera pans quickly to show the bimbettes crying their eyes out.
Now, LeFou, when Belle and I come out that door...
I know. Strike out the band.
He turns and begins directing the band, and here comes the bride. Gaston slams a baritone over his head.
Not yet.
All right.
Interior Belle's cottage, day. Cut to the interior of the cottage. Belle is sitting in a chair reading her new book. There's a knock at the door. She puts the book down and walks to the door. She reaches up and pulls down a viewing device. She peeks through and sees an anachronistically accurate fisheye view of Gaston. She moans and pushes the door open.
Gaston, what a pleasant surprise.
Isn't it, though? I'm just full of surprises. You know, Belle, there's not a girl in town who wouldn't love to be in your shoes. This is the day your dreams come true.
What do you know about my dreams, Gaston?
Plenty. Here, picture this.
Gaston plops down in the chair and props his mud-covered feet up on Belle's book. He begins to kick off his boots and wiggle his toes through his holy socks.
A rustic honey lounge. It is killing roasting in the fire. My little wife massaging my feet, while the little ones play on the floor with the dogs. Oh, we'll have 6 or 7.
Belle looks positively disgusted. Gaston gets up next to her face.
Dogs?
Oh, Belle, strapping boys, like me.
Imagine that.
She picks up her book, places a mark in it, and puts it on the shelf.
Do you know who that wife will be?
Let me think.
You, Belle.
Gaston, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say.
Say you'll marry me.
I'm very sorry, Gaston, but I just don't deserve you.
She twists the knob and the door opens, this time outward. Belle ducks under Gaston as he tumbles out the door and into the mud.
Whoa. Whoa.
Exterior outside Belle's cottage, day. The wedding band begins to play Here Comes the Bride. Gaston's boots are thrown out of the door, now opened inward, and the door is slammed shut. LeFou, who is directing the band, looks down and sees Gaston's legs sticking out of the mud and a pig's head sticking up. LeFou cuts off the band, and Gaston's head pops up with the pig on top of him. He tilts his head, and the pig slides down his back.
So how'd it go?
I'll have Belle for my wife. Making no mistake about that.
Touchy.
The pig grunts in agreement. Gaston walks off dejected, and the focus returns to the cottage. Belle pokes her head out the door.
Is he gone? He asked me to marry him. Me, the wife of that boorish, brainless. Oh God, Madame Gaston. Can't you see it? She's Madame Gaston, his little wife. Not me, I guarantee it. I want much more than he's proven tonight. Adventure in the great white somewhere. I want it more than I can tell. And once it might be grand to have someone understand. I want so much more than they've got planned.
Philippe runs into the open field. Belle looks at him, disturbed that Maurice is not with him.
Philippe, what are you doing here? Where's Papa? Where is he? Where is he, Philippe? What happened? Oh, God, we have to find him. You have to take me to him.
Exterior, outside the Beast Castle, night. Cut to the exterior of the castle gate. Belle and Philippe arrive at the castle gates.
Is this the place?
Philippe snorts, then begins to buck as if something is scaring him. Belle dismounts and comforts him.
Oh, Philippe, steady, please.
She enters the gate and sees Maurice's hat on the ground.
Papa! Oh, God, that's what's name.
Interior Beast Castle, night. Cut to the interior of the castle with Cogsworth and Lumiere discussing events.
Couldn't keep quiet, could we? Just had to invite him in, didn't we? We'll serve him tea, sit in the master's chair, pet the pooch.
I was trying to be hospitable.
We cut back to the door opening and Belle entering the castle.
Hello? Is anyone in here? Hello, Papa? Papa, are you here?
We follow as Belle ascends the grand staircase and searches for her father. Interior Beast Castle, kitchen, night. Cut to kitchen where Mrs. Potts is standing next to a tub of hot water. Chip hops in.
Mama, there's a girl in the castle.
Now, Chip, I won't have you making up such wild stories.
But really, Mama, I saw her.
Not another word. Into the tub.
She lifts Chip into the tub. Feather Duster enters.
A girl! I saw a girl in the castle.
See, I told ya.
Interior Beast Castle, night. Cut back to Lumiere and Cogsworth bickering.
Irresponsible, devil-may-care, waxy-eared, slack-jawed.
Papa?
Cogsworth and Lumiere turn to look at the new arrival.
Do you see that? It's a girl.
Girl?
Don't you see? She's the one, the girl we've been waiting for. She has come to break the spell.
Lumiere chases after her.
Wait a minute!
Belle advances down a narrow hallway. Cogsworth and Lumiere sneak up behind her and open the door that leads to the tower where Maurice is being kept. The door creaks open and Belle hears the sound. Interior Beast Castle, Tower Dungeons, night.
Papa! Papa!
Cogsworth hides behind the door and Lumiere rushes off.
Hello? Is someone here? Wait, no, I'm looking for my father.
She begins up the stairs but doesn't realize that Lumiere is watching her.
That's funny. I'm sure there was someone. Is there anyone here?
Maurice's voice echoes from his cell.
Belle?
Papa!
She rushes up to the cell to find him.
How did you find me?
Your hands are like ice. We've got to get you out of here.
Belle, I want you to leave this place.
Who's done this to you?
No time to explain. You must go now.
I won't leave you.
Suddenly, Beast grabs Belle's shoulder and whips her around. She drops the torch she was carrying into a puddle. The room is dark except for one beam of light from a skylight.
What are you doing here?
Run, Belle!
Who's there? Who are you?
The master of this castle.
I've come for my father. Please let him out. Can't you see he's sick?
He shouldn't have trespassed here.
But he could die. Please, I'll do anything.
There's nothing you can do. He's my prisoner.
Oh, there must be some way I can... Wait. Take me instead.
You? You would take his place?
Belle, no, you don't know what you're doing.
If I did, would you let him go?
Yes. But you must promise to stay here forever.
Belle ponders the situation and realizes she can't see the captor.
Come into the light.
Beast drags his legs, then his whole body into the beam of light. Belle looks, her eyes growing wider until she can stand no more and falls back to Maurice.
No, Belle, I won't let you do this.
Belle regains her composure, then steps into the beam of light.
You have my word.
Done.
Beast moves over to unlock the cell, and Belle collapses to the floor with her head in her hands. We hear the door being unlocked, and Maurice rushing over to Belle.
No, Belle, listen to me. I'm old. I've lived my life.
Beast grabs him and drags him downstairs.
Wait!
Belle!
Wait!
Exterior Beast's castle night. Beast drags Maurice towards the palanquin.
No, please. Spare my daughter, please.
She's no longer your concern.
Beast throws Maurice into the palanquin.
Take him to the village.
The palanquin breaks the ivy holding it to the ground, then slinks off like a spider with Maurice inside.
Let me out, please. Let me out. Let me out. Please.
Cut to Belle looking out the cell window at the palanquin crossing the bridge over the moat. She begins to cry. Interior Beast Castle, Dungeon Towers, night. Cut to Beast walking up the stairs. Lumiere is still at his post.
Master,
What?
since the girl is going to be with us for quite some time, I was thinking that you might want to offer her a more comfortable room.
Beast growls angrily at him.
Then again, maybe not.
Beast enters the cell where Belle is still crying.
You didn't even let me say goodbye. I'll never see him again. I just to say goodbye.
Go you to your room.
My room? But I thought,
Oh, you want to stay in the tower?
no.
Follow me.
Interior Beast Castle, hallways, night. Beast leads Belle to her room. As they proceed, Belle begins to lag behind. She looks at the hideous sculptures on the walls and the light casting shadows on them. Frightened, she gasps and runs to catch up with Beast, who is carrying Lumiere as a light source. Beast looks back at Belle and sees a tear forming in the corner of her eye.
Say something to her.
Oh, I hope you like it here.
He looks at Lumiere for approval. He motions Beast to continue.
The castle is your home now. You can go anywhere you like, except the West Wing.
What's in the West Wing?
It's forbidden.
Beast continues and Belle reluctantly follows. Interior Beast Castle, Belle's bedroom, night. The door opens and light spills in.
Now, if you need anything, my servants will attend to you.
Dinner. Invite her to dinner.
You will join me for dinner. That's not a request.
Beast leaves, slamming the door behind him. Belle, terrified, runs over to the bed and flings herself onto it, finally breaking down and crying. Fade to Interior Tavern, night.
Who does she think she is? That girl is tangled with the wrong man. No one says no to Gaston.
Darn right!
Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated. That's more than I can bear.
More beer?
What for? Nothing helps. I'm
Who, you?
disgraced.
Oh, never, Gaston. Well, you gotta pull yourself together.
The song Gaston starts.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps. Every guy here'd love to be you, Gaston, even when taking your lumps. There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck's as incredibly thick as Gaston, for there's no man in town half as manly. Perfect, a pure paragon. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they'd prefer to be on.
No one's been like
Gaston,
a kingpin like
like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
My what
My
a
what a
Gaston.
Gaston.
Give 5
5 for us, give 12 hip hips.
Gaston is the best and the rest is all drips.
No
one
fights
fights
like
like Gaston. Thousands lights like Gaston.
In a wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
Where there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of them scraggly or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of me's covered with hair.
No one hits like
Hits
Gaston.
like Gaston.
Matches whiz like Gaston.
In a spitting match, nobody spits like Gaston.
I'm especially good at expectorating.
10 points for
For
Gaston.
Gaston.
When Heinz a lad, I eat 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge.
No one
Shoots
shoots
like Gaston, makes those
Shoots
views
like
like
Gaston.
Gaston, then goes tromping around wearing boots like Gaston.
I use antlers in all of my decorating.
My
My
what a
what a
guy.
guy.
Gaston.
The old cronies have picked up the chair and carry Gaston around in it. LeFou tries to flee, but they toss the chair into its normal place, and LeFou is pinned underneath. Maurice bursts in frantically.
Help! Help! Someone help me!
Maurice?
Please, please! I need your help. He's got her locked in the dungeon.
Who?
Belle, we must go. Now, not a minute to lose.
Maurice has gone from person to person, pleading his case until he is thrown at the feet of Gaston.
Whoa, slow down, Maurice. Who's got Belle locked in a dungeon?
A beast! A horrible, monstrous beast!
A moment of silence. Then the old cronies begin to laugh and mock him.
Is it a big beast?
Huge.
With long, ugly snouts.
Hideously ugly.
And
Yeah.
sharp, cruel fangs.
Yes, yes, will you help me?
All right, old man. We'll help you out.
You will? Oh, thank you. Thank you!
The old cronies pick up Maurice and help him out by throwing him through the door.
Crazy old Maurice.
Huh, he's always good for a laugh.
Crazy old Maurice, eh? Crazy old Maurice.
Gaston, the reprise starts.
LeFou, I'm afraid I've been thinking.
A dangerous pastime.
I know. But that wacky old coot is Belle's father, and his sanity is only so-so. Now the wheels in my head have been turning since I looked at that loony old man. See, I promised myself I'd be married to Belle, and right now I'm evolving a plan. If I,
Yes, yeah.
then I,
No, would she?
yes,
Now I get it.
let's go.
No.
They begin a waltzer on the floor as they sing.
No
Oh,
one
one plots like Gaston.
takes cheap shots like Gaston.
Persecute harmless crackpots like Gaston.
So his marriage,
His marriage will soon be
celebrating.
My what a
My, what a
guy.
Gaston.
The camera zooms out through the window to a snow-covered square, empty except for Maurice.
Will no one help me?
Interior Beast Castle, Belle's bedroom, night. Fade back to the bedroom of the castle where Belle is still crying. There is a clink, clink, clink at the door.
Who is it?
Mrs. Potts, dear.
Belle gets up and walks over to open the door. Mrs. Potts enters with Chip and their entourage.
Thought you might like a spot of tea.
But you're a...
Oh, careful.
This is impossible.
I know it is, but here we are. Stupid
I told you she was pretty, Mama, didn't I?
Right now, Chip, that'll do. Slowly now, don't spill.
Thank you.
Picks up Chip and is about to take a sip of tea.
Want to see me do a trick?
Chip takes a big breath and puffs out his cheeks and blows bubbles at the top of the cup.
Chip.
Oops. Sorry.
That was a very brave thing you did, my dear.
We all think so.
But I've lost my father, my dreams, everything.
Cheer up, child. It'll all turn out all right in the end. You'll see. Oh, listen to me, jabbering on while there's a supper to get on the table. Chip!
Bye.
Belle stands and the wardrobe approaches her.
Well, now. What shall we dress you in for dinner? Let's see what I've got in my drawers. Sorry, Nana stole all my shit. Oh, how embarrassing. Ooh, my gosh. Here we are. Ah, there. You look ravishing in this one.
It's very kind of you, but I'm not going to dinner.
Oh, but you must.
Cogsworth waddles into Belle's room.
Dinner is served.
Interior, Beast's castle dining room, night. Cut to Beast pacing back and forth in front of the fire, with Mrs. Potts and Lumiere looking on.
What's taking so long? I told her to come down. Why isn't she here yet?
Oh, try to be patient, sir. The girl has lost her father and her freedom all in one day.
Oh, Master, have you thought that perhaps this girl could be the one to break the spell?
Of course I have. I'm not a fool.
Good. You fall in love with her, she falls in love with you, and poof, the spell is broken. We'll be human again by midnight.
No, it's not that easy, Lumiere. These things take time.
But the rose has already begun to wilt.
Oh, it's no use. She's so beautiful, and well, look at me.
Lumiere shrugs his shoulders and looks at Mrs. Potts.
Oh, you must help her to see past all that.
Wow.
Well, you can start by making yourself more presentable. Straighten up. Try to act like a gentleman.
Ah, yes. And when she comes in, give her a dashing debonair smile. Come, show me a smile.
Beast bares his ragged fangs in a scary and yet funny grin.
But don't frighten the poor girl.
Impress her with your rapier wit.
But be gentle.
Shower her with compliments.
But be sincere.
And above all, you must
control your temper.
The door creaks open. Beast wipes the silly face off and looks to the door expectantly.
Here she is.
Good evening.
Well, where is she?
Who? Oh, yeah, the girl. Yes, the girl. Well, actually, she's in the process of circumstances being what they are. She's not coming.
Cut to the exterior of the den with the door slightly ajar.
What?
The door bangs open and Beast comes running out with the enchanted objects giving chase.
Your Grace, Your Eminence, let's not be hasty.
Interior, Beast's castle, outside Belle's room, night. Beast runs up to it and bangs on the door.
I thought I told you to come down to dinner.
I'm not hungry.
You'll come out, or I'll break down the door.
Master, I could be wrong, but that may not be the best way to win the girl's affections.
Please, attempt to be a gentleman.
So difficult.
Gently, gently.
Will you come down to dinner?
No.
He looks at the objects, very frustrated.
Suave, genteel.
Yeah, My great pleasure. If you would join me for dinner.
We say please.
Please.
No, thank you.
You can't stay in there forever.
Yes, I can.
Fine. Then go ahead and starve. If she doesn't eat with me, she doesn't eat at all.
Beast runs back down the hall, slamming a door and causing a piece of the ceiling to fall on Lumiere.
That didn't go very well at all, did it?
Lumiere, stand watch the door and inform me at once if there is the slightest change.
You can count on me, mon capitan.
Well, you might as well go downstairs and start cleaning up.
Interior Beast Castle, Beast's room, night. Beast enters, knocking over and destroying things in his path.
Ugh. I asked nicely, but she refuses. What does she want me to do? Beg?
Beast picks up the magic mirror.
Show me the girl.
The magic mirror shines, then glows green and reveals Belle in her bedroom, talking to the wardrobe.
I don't want to get to know him. I don't want to know anything to do with it. I don't want to have anything to do with him.
But the master's not so bad once you get to know him. Why don't you give him a chance?
I'm just fooling myself. She'll never see me as anything but a monster. It's hopeless.
Beast puts his head in his hands as if in a depressed state. Interior Beast Castle, outside Belle's room, night. The door creaks open. Belle silently emerges. You see her feet go by as three bright spots shine through a curtain at floor level. Behind it are Lumiere and the Feather Duster.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Oh no!
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Well, I've been burned by you before.
Lumiere and the Feather Duster have emerged and he takes her in his arms. Suddenly he looks up and sees Belle walking down the hall. He drops the Feather Duster.
Oof.
Zotomo, she has emerged.
Interior Beast Castle, kitchen, night. We find Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Chip, and the stove.
Miss Potts. Yeah?
Come on, Chip, into the cupboard with your brothers and sisters.
I'm not sleepy.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
He falls asleep, and Mrs. Potts shuts the cupboard door. A banging of pots and pans comes from the stove.
I work and I slave all day, and for what? A culinary masterpiece gone to waste.
Oh, stop your grousing. It's been a long night for all of us.
Well, if you ask me, she was just being stubborn. After all, he did say please.
But if the master doesn't learn to control that temper, he'll never break the...
Belle enters, and Cogsworth cuts off Mrs. Potts before she can say spell.
Splendid to see you out and about, mademoiselle. I am Cogsworth, the head of the household.
Lumiere comes running in. Cogsworth leans over to kiss Belle's hand, but Lumiere butts in front of him.
This is Lumiere.
Confrontation.
If there's anything that we can, please, can do to make your stay more comfortable. Ow!
I am a little hungry.
You are? Hear that? She's hungry. Stoke the fire, break out the silver, wake the china.
The fire on the stove roars to life, and drawers open to reveal silverware standing at attention.
Remember what the master said.
Oh, pish tosh, I'm not going to let the poor child go hungry.
Oh, all right. Glass of water, crust of bread, and then...
Cogsworth, I'm surprised at you. She's not our prisoner. She's our guest. We must make her feel welcome here. Right this way, mademoiselle.
Well, keep it down. The master finds out about this, it'll be on next.
Of course, of course. But what is dinner without a little music?
Lumiere has started out the swinging door. He lets it and the door hits Cogsworth and sends him across the room to land in a pan filled with what looks like pancake batter. He screams his line as he's in flight.
Music!
Cut to the dining room, where Belle is seated at the end of a long table. Lumiere is on the table, and a spotlight shines on him. Be our guest.
Master, mademoiselle, it is with deep pride and great pleasure we welcome you and the chair and the dining room proudly present your dinner. Be our guest, put our service to it by Captain Rob, luxuriantly advised. With your honor, by your living sir, try to bring this in us Captain Harris never second love. Upon an open you'll take the outside and it will be our guest. Be our guest. Be Ragoon, Flay, I am a man. A man, every company. For the money is sad, but the life is no one feel what we are the black entertaining. In the jokes I break the cut. This all is perfect taste and come on and nipple.
Lift your glass, you're on free
Ah,
class.
y'all get it from point. Y'all get
Yes,
y'all
be our
get
guest,
be
be
our
our
guest.
guest.
Life is for living, for a servant who's not serving. He's not poor without a store to wake up on. Ah, those good old days when we were useful. Suddenly, those old days are gone. 10 years frosting, eating so much more than nothing. We need exercise, a chance to use our skills. Most days we just laid around the castle. Flapping, fat and lazy, you walked in and whoops a daisy.
Yes, it's a guest. Sakes alive, well, I'll be blessed. It's God, thank the Lord, I've had the napkins freshly pressed. Declare you want to eat it, my dear, that's fine with me. While the cubs do the soft shoeing, I'll be bubbling, I'll be brewing. Come on, pipe in pie. Heaven's sakes, is that a sport? Live it up, we want the company impressed. You got a lot to do. Is that one lump or two? For you, I guess.
Y'all get,
Yes.
y'all get, until what is your request? They said yes, if we had anybody, we upset. With your beer, with your
Please, yes, indeed, we aim to please.
By the
While the
candlelights
candlelights are glowing, let them help
going.
going.
I course, one by one.
Done.
Then we'll see you walk a good time. Tonight we'll go.
Beat
Now let's eat our meat.
up.
Your best, please,
Eat
our
out.
guest.
Bravo. That
A fantastic ending comes with the song, with silverware flying through the air, plates and feather dusters dancing, and Cogsworth the focus of attention, until Lumiere comes sliding in and sends him flying out of camera range.
bravo. That was wonderful.
No, thank you. Thank you, mademoiselle. Yes, good show, wasn't it? Everyone. Oh, my goodness. Look at the time. Now, it's off to bed. Off to bed.
I couldn't possibly go to bed now. It's my first time in an enchanted castle.
Did you say anything about the castle being enchanted?
He tries to cover it up just as a fork runs past.
It was you, wasn't it?
I figured it out for myself.
Cogsworth and Lumiere have been fighting. They both look at her, then stop. Cogsworth dusts himself off, and Lumiere fixes his wax nose.
I'd like to take a look around if that's all right.
Oh, would you like a tour?
Wait a second. I'm not sure that's such a good idea. We can't have her poking around in certain areas, if you know what I mean.
Perhaps you could take me. I'm sure you know everything there is to know about the castle.
Well, actually, yes, I do.
Interior Beast Castle, hallways, night. Fade to Cogsworth, Lumiere, and Belle walking down a hall with the footstool. Cogsworth is lecturing.
As you can see, the pseudo facade was stripped away to reveal a minimalist Morocco design. Note the unusual inverted vaulted ceilings is yet another example of the neoclassic Baroque period. And as I always say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. Now where was I?
Oh. He turns to find the heads of the suits of armor have turned to follow Belle.
You were?
They all snap back to face forward.
Now, if I may draw your attention to the flying buttresses above the... Mademoiselle?
Cogsworth turns back to the group and is one girl short. He sees her beginning to climb the grand staircase. He and Lumiere run up to her and jump in front of her, blocking her progress upstairs.
What's up there?
Where? There? Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing of interest at all in the West Wing. Dusty, dull, and very boring.
Lumiere has been shaking his head, but Cogsworth nudges him and he nods in agreement.
Ah, so that's the West Wing.
Nice go.
I wonder what he's hiding up there.
Hiding? The master is hiding nothing.
And it wouldn't be forbidden.
She steps over them. They dash up and block her again.
Perhaps Mademoiselle would like to see something else. We have exquisite tapestries dating all the way back to the...
Maybe later.
Or the gardens, or the library, perhaps.
You have a library?
Oh, yes, indeed.
With books,
Scads of books.
mountains of books,
Forests of books.
cascades,
Cloudbursts.
swamps of books.
More books than you'd ever read in a lifetime. Books on every subject ever studied by every author who ever set pen to paper.
Lumiere and Cogsworth begin marching off, and Belle begins to follow, but her curiosity overtakes her, and she turns back to the West Wing. Her excitement begins to dwindle, though, when she enters the hallway leading to Beast's lair. As she walks down the hall, she stops to look at a mirror that has been shattered into several pieces, each one reflecting her concerned look. She reaches the end of the hall and finds a closed door with gargoyle handles. She takes a deep breath, then reaches out and opens the door. Interior Beast Castle, Beast's Room, night. Cut to the interior of the lair where Belle begins to explore. She is truly shocked by everything she sees. She wanders around looking and knocks over a table, but she catches it before it crashes to the floor. She then turns her head and sees a shredded picture on the wall. We can only see part of a portrait. It is the same portrait that was shredded in the opening. Belle reaches out and lifts the shreds of the picture to reveal the prince. We never see this, however, for then she turns her head and sees the rose under the bell jar. She walks over to it, her eyes transfixed. She reaches out, then lifts off the jar, leaving the rose unprotected. She reaches up, brushes back the strand of hair that has been repeatedly falling on her forehead, then reaches out to touch the rose. As she nears it, a shadow falls over her. Beast has been on the balcony and sees her. He jumps back into the room, places the jar back on the rose, then turns his attention to Belle.
Why did you come here?
I'm sorry.
I warned you to never come here.
I didn't mean any harm.
Do you realize what you could have done?
He starts to thrash at the furniture.
Please stop.
Get out!
No.
Get out!
Belle turns and flees the room. Beast calms down, then falls into despair, finally realizing that he may have destroyed his chances with Belle. She reaches the stairway and grabs her cloak. She rushes down the stairs, wrapping the cloak around her, and bursting past Lumiere and Cogsworth, who feel confused.
Where are you going?
Promise or no promise, I can't stay here another minute.
Oh, no, wait, please wait.
Lumiere tries to respond, but Belle slams the door behind her. He and Cogsworth both bow their heads in sadness. Exterior forest, night. Cut to Belle outside in the forest on Philippe. She begins to ride through the forest, but Philippe comes to a stop. She looks up and sees the wolves. She gasps, then pulls the reins and begins to flee. She runs from side to side, making the wolves hit the trees, a la speeder bike chase in Return of the Jedi. Philippe runs out in a frozen pond, but his and Belle's weight collapse the ice. The wolves chase her into the water. Some begin to drown, but Philippe is able to get out of the water before anything serious happens. He runs into a clearing, but becomes surrounded by wolves. He bucks, throwing Belle off and wrapping their reins around a tree branch. The wolves begin their attack on Philippe, but Belle comes to his rescue and beats them away with a stick. One wolf grabs the stick in its mouth and breaks half of it off, leaving Belle defenseless. Another leaps at her, grabbing the corner of her cloak and dragging her to the ground. She looks up and sees a wolf about to jump on top of her. It leaps and is caught in midair by Beast. He throws the wolf away, then stands behind them and Belle. They lunge at each other. One rips a hole in Beast's shoulder, and the others focus their attack on that spot. Finally, Beast throws a wolf against a tree, knocking it out. The others turn and run in fear. Beast turns back to Belle, looks at her despairingly, then collapses. Belle, grateful to be alive, turns back to Philippe and begins to get on, but her conscience takes over, and she walks over to the fallen Beast. Fade to Belle and Philippe walking back to the castle, with Beast on the horse's back. Interior Beast Castle, den, night. Belle pours hot water out of Mrs. Potts. She soaks a rag in the water, then turns to Beast, who is licking his wounds.
Here now. Oh, don't do that.
Beast growls at her as she tries to clean the wound with her rag.
Just hold still.
She touches the rag to the wound, and Beast roars in pain. The objects who have been watching jump back into hiding from the outburst.
That hurts!
If you'd hold still, it wouldn't hurt as much.
Well, if you hadn't run away, this wouldn't have happened.
If you hadn't frightened me, I wouldn't have run away.
What? Well, you shouldn't have been in the West Wing.
Well, you should learn to control your temper.
Beast raises his hand to bring out another point, but finds he has none, so he bows his head down again. The objects emerge from their hiding as Belle has conquered the ferocious temper of Beast. Belle moves the rag closer to the wound.
Now hold still. This might sting a little.
Beast gives a surprised grunt, then grits his teeth as the rag is applied. Belle speaks tenderly.
By the way, thank you for saving my life.
You're welcome.
Interior tavern, night. Camera zooms out and we see the objects looking on with interest. Fade to Gaston's tavern, which is empty except for Gaston, LeFou, and Monsieur Dark, who are all sitting at a table.
I don't usually leave the asylum in the middle of the night, but they said you'd make it worth my while.
Gaston pulls out a sack of gold and tosses it in front of him. He takes out a piece, scrapes on his chin, and continues.
Ah, I'm listening.
Like this. I've got my heart set on marrying Belle. She needs a little persuasion.
Them down flat.
Everyone knows her father's a lunatic. He was in here tonight, raving about a beast in a castle.
Maurice is harmless.
The point is, Belle would do anything to keep him from being locked up.
Yeah, even marry him.
Gaston gives him another threatening look, and he ducks back onto the mug.
So, you want me to throw her father in the asylum unless she agrees to marry you? Oh, that is despicable. I love it. Ha ha ha.
Interior Belle's cottage, night. Maurice is packing to leave.
If no one will help me, then I'll go back alone. Yes. Is that everything? I don't care what it takes. I'll find that castle and somehow I'll get her out of there.
Maurice leaves on his journey. Seconds later, Gaston and LeFou arrive with Dark. They enter the house looking for one of the residents.
Belle? Maurice?
Oh well, I guess it's not gonna work out after all.
They have to come back sometime, and when they do, we'll be ready for them. LeFou, don't move from that spot until Belle and her father come home.
But I... Oh, nuts.
He pounds the side of the house and a pile of snow falls on his head. Exterior Beast's castle, courtyard, day. Belle is playing in the snow with Philippe and the footstool. Beast, Cogsworth, and Lumiere watch from the balcony.
I've never felt this way about anyone. I want to do something for her. What?
Well, there's the usual things: flowers, chocolate, promises you don't intend to keep.
No. It has to be something very special. Something that sparks her interest. Wait a minute.
Interior Beast Castle hallway, day. In the hallway leading to the library, Beast and Belle are alone.
Belle, there's something I want to show you. But first, you have to close your eyes. It's a surprise.
Belle closes her eyes, and Beast waves his hand in front of her. Then he opens the door. He leads her in. Interior Beast Castle, library, day.
Can I open them?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Wait here.
He walks away to draw back the curtains. He does, and brilliant sunlight spills into the room.
Now can I open them?
All right. Now.
Belle opens her eyes, and the camera pulls back to reveal the gigantic library filled with books.
I can't believe it. I've never seen so many books in my life.
You like it?
It's wonderful.
Then it's yours.
Oh, thank you so much.
Cut to Belle and Beast in the background, with objects including Chip in the foreground watching them.
Oh, would you look at that?
I knew it'd work.
What works?
Very encouraging.
Isn't this exciting?
I didn't see anything.
Come along, Chip. There's chores to be done in the kitchen.
What are they talking about? What's going on? Come on, Mom.
The objects walk away. Interior Beast Castle dining room, day. Fade to the breakfast table, with Belle at one end and Beast at the other, with Mrs. Potts between them. Belle is served breakfast, and as she begins to eat, she looks at Beast, gobbling up his food with no table manners whatsoever. Chip laughs, but Mrs. Potts shoots him an admonishing look. Belle turns away and tries to ignore it, but Chip comes to the rescue. He nudges the spoon with his nose, and Beast reaches out for it. Belle looks at him in wonder as he tries to eat with the spoon, but he has little success. Finally, Belle puts down her spoon and lifts her bowl as if in a toast. Belle looks at the compromise and does the same. They both begin to sip their breakfast out of their bowls. Exterior Beast Castle courtyard, day. Fade to the courtyard where Belle and Beast are feeding the birds. The song Something There begins.
There's something sweet and almost kind. But when he was mean, but he was mean and he was coarse and unrefined. And now he's dear and so unsure. I wonder why I didn't see it there before.
She glanced this way, and then I saw. And when we touched, she didn't shudder at my paw. No, it can't be. I'll just ignore. But then she's never looked at me that way before.
New and a bit alarming. Who'd have ever thought that this could be true? That he's no Prince Charming, but there's something in him that I simply didn't see.
Well, who'd have thought?
Oh, bless my soul.
No.
Well, who indeed?
And who'd have guessed they'd come together on their own?
It's so peculiar.
Well, wait and see.
Wait and see.
A
A
few
few
days
days more.
There may
There
be
may be
something
there that wasn't there before. You know, perhaps there's something there that wasn't there before.
What?
Be something that wasn't there before.
What's there, Mama?
Shh, I'll tell you when you're older.
Lumiere and Fifi close the door. Interior Beast Castle, Beast's room, night. The Beast is in the tub, getting washed up for the big night with Belle. Lumiere is there with him.
Tonight is the night.
I'm not sure I can do this.
You don't have to be have time to be timid. You must be bold, daring.
Bold, daring.
There will be music, romantic candlelight, provided by myself. And when the time is right, you confess your love.
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
You care for the girl, don't you?
More than anything.
Well, then you must tell her.
The coat rack has been cutting Beast's hair. It finishes and steps back.
Voila! You look so.
Cut to a shot of Beast in pigtails and bows.
Stupid.
Not quite the word I was looking for. Perhaps a little more off the top.
The coat rack begins to cut and chop again. Cogsworth enters.
Your lady awaits.
Cut to the grand staircase where Belle descends from the west wing side in a glittering gold ball gown. She reaches the landing and looks up at Beast, who is standing at the top of the stairs in his dress clothes. He is nudged on by Lumiere from behind the curtain, and he descends and meets Belle at the landing. Arm in arm, they descend the last section of stairs and continue on their way to dinner, stopped momentarily by the footstool. Mrs. Potts sings from her cart with Chip on board. Belle and the Beast continue then to have dinner, and then have a romantic dance in the ballroom. The song Beauty and the Beast, Tale as Old as Time begins.
As old as time, true as it can be. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. All this time, been as old as song, bittersweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong. Certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the
Exterior Beast Castle balcony night. Belle and Beast have adjourned to the balcony under a starry night.
Belle, are you happy here with me?
Yes.
She looks off into the distance.
What is it?
If I could only see my father again just for a moment. I miss him so much.
There is a way.
Interior Beast Castle, Beast's room, night. The pair adjourn to Beast's lair, where Beast hands Belle the magic mirror.
This mirror will show you anything. Anything you wish to see.
I'd like to see my father, please.
The magic mirror shines into life, and Belle turns her head away as it flashes. Then it reveals Maurice, fallen in the woods, coughing and lost. Belle is shocked. Beast looks at her with concern.
Papa, oh no. He's sick. He may be dying. He's all alone.
The beast turns, then looks at the rose, deep in thought.
Then you must go to him.
What did you say?
I release you. You are no longer my prisoner.
You mean I'm free?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Hold on, Papa. I'm on my way.
She turns to leave, then turns back and pushes the magic mirror back to Beast.
No, take it with you. So you always have a way to look back and remember.
Thank you for your understanding how much he needs me.
Belle turns to leave, and Beast looks down in depression. She touches her hand to his cheek and rushes out. We see Belle's skirt fly past Cogsworth, who has entered the room.
Well, Your Highness, I must say everything is going just swimmingly. I knew you had it in you.
I let her go.
Yes, splendid. How did you do that?
I had to.
Yes. Why?
Because I love her.
Interior Beast Castle hallway, night. Cut to Cogsworth telling the rest of the objects about Beast's decision.
He did what?
Yes, I'm afraid it's true.
She's going away?
Oh, but he was so close.
After all this time, he's finally learned to love.
That's it then. That should break the spell.
But it's not enough. She has to love him in return.
Now it's too late.
Chip, without anyone noticing, sneaks off after Belle. Cut to Beast watching Belle leave from above. He roars in sorrow and anger. His roar turns into the sound of the wind. Exterior, forest, night. Belle is out in the snow calling out, "Papa?" Finally, she finds him face down in a snowbank. They return home, where LeFou is still waiting, disguised as a snowman.
Oh, they're back!
LeFou scurries away. Interior Belle's cottage, night. Cut to black. POV of Maurice as his eyes open. He sees Belle.
Hell,
It's all right, Papa. I'm home.
I thought I'd never see you again.
I missed you so much.
But the beast, how did you escape?
I didn't escape, Papa. He let me go.
That horrible beast?
But he's different now. He's changed somehow.
There is sound coming from Belle's pack. The flap opens and the magic mirror falls out, with Chip rolling to a stop on it.
Hi.
Oh, a stowaway.
Why, hello there, little fella. Didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Belle, why'd you go away? Don't you like us anymore?
Oh, Chip. Of course I do. It's just that.
There's a knocking at the door. Belle opens it, and Monsieur Dark stands on the porch. Exterior Belle's cottage, night.
May I help you?
I've come to collect your father.
My father?
Don't worry, mademoiselle. We'll take good care of him.
He steps aside to show the asylum Daloon's wagon behind him.
My father's not crazy.
He was raving like a lunatic. We all heard it, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, I won't let you.
Belle?
Tell us again, old man. Just how big was the beast?
Well, he was this enormous. I'd say at least 8 or maybe like 10 feet.
Crowd laughs.
Well, you don't get much crazier than that.
It's true, I tell you.
Doc waves his arms, and the orderlies move in and pick up Maurice.
Get him out of here!
Let go of me.
Gaston has been watching from the side, standing near Dark.
No, you can't do this.
Doc shakes her off and walks away.
Belle, it's a shame about your father.
You know he's not crazy, Gaston.
I might be able to clear up this little misunderstanding. If
If what?
you marry me.
What?
One little word, Belle, that's all it takes.
Never.
Have it your way.
Belle, let go of me.
My father's not crazy, and I can prove it. Show me the beast.
The magic mirror again shines, then produces the image of the still depressed beast. The crowd oohs and ahs at it.
Oh my God, is it dangerous?
No. He'd never hurt anyone. Please. I know he looks vicious, but he's really kind and gentle. He's my friend.
Gaston grows angry and jealous. Sorry.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you had feelings for this monster.
He's no monster, Gaston. You are.
She's as crazy as the old man. This beast will make off with your children. He'll come after them in the night.
No.
We're not safe till his head is mounted on my wall. I say we kill the beast.
The mob cheers him and repeats the words, "Kill him!
Kill him! Kill him!"
The mob song begins.
We're not safe until he's dead.
Here comes stalking us at night.
But to sacrifice our children to his monstrous appetite.
He'll wreak havoc on our village if we let him wander free.
Oh, it's time to take some action, boys. It's time to follow me. Through the mist, through the woods, through the darkness and the shadows. It's a nightmare, but it's one exciting ride. Say a prayer, then we're there at the drawbridge of a castle, and there's something truly terrible inside. It's a beast, he's got fangs, razor-sharp ones, massive paws, killer claws for the feast. See him roar, see him foam, but we're not coming home till he's dead. Good and dead, kill the beast.
No, I won't let you do this.
You're not with us, you're against us. Free, old man.
Get your hands off.
We can't have them running off to warn the creature.
Let us out.
We'll rid the village of this beast. Who's with me?
I
am.
Light your torch,
Your torch,
mount your horse.
Through your courage to the sticking place.
We're counting on
Gaston
Gaston
to
to
lead the
lead the way. Through a mist,
to a wood, where within a haunted castle, something's lurking that you don't see every day.
It's a
It's
beast, what as tall as a mountain.
We
will
will
Rest till he's good and deceased.
Sally forth,
Tally ho, grab your sword, grab your bow, raise the board, and here we go.
We'll lay siege to the castle and bring back his head.
I have to warn the beast. This is all my fault. Oh, Papa, what are we going to do?
Now, we'll think of something.
We don't like what we don't understand.
It frankly scares us, and this monster is mysterious as haste.
Bring your guns, bring your knives,
Save your children
and your wives.
Save our village and our lives.
Our lives will kill.
Or kill the beast.
Kill the beast! I knew it. I knew it was foolish to get our hopes up.
Maybe it would have been better if she had never come at all.
The footstool comes in barking. They rush over to the window, expecting the return of Belle.
Could it be?
Is it she?
Sacre bleu! Invaders!
Encroachers!
And they have the mirror.
Warn the master. The fight they want, we'll be ready for them. Who's with me? Ah!
The door is slammed as the rest of the objects leave Cogsworth behind.
Take whatever booty you can find, but remember, the beast is mine.
Cut to the stairway where the objects are marching down to do battle with the mob.
Hearts ablaze, banners high,
We go marching into battle.
Just increase.
Raise the flags,
Flags to the song, here we come, we're 50 strong. French and Canada.
Let's kill the beast!
Cut to the interior of Beast's lair where Mrs. Potts is briefing him.
Pardon me, master.
Leave me in peace.
But, sir, the castle is under attack.
Kill the beast! Kill the beast!
The objects have tried to block off the door, but it's being bashed in by the mob.
This isn't working.
Louis, we must do something.
Wait, I know.
Kill the
Kill
beast!
the beast! Kill the beast!
We cut back to Beast's lair.
Shall we do, master?
Doesn't matter now. Just let them come.
Kill the beast!
Beast! Kill the beast! Kill the beast!
Interior Beast's castle entrance hall night. The mob succeeds in breaking in and finds a grand entrance filled with assorted pieces of furniture, teacups, candlesticks, feather dusters, and clocks. They tiptoe in, and LeFou unknowingly picks up Lumiere.
No!
All the objects spring into life, attacking their human enemies. Exterior Belle's cottage night. Cut back to Belle's home where Chip has readied Maurice's invention.
Yes, here we go.
Maurice looks out from the window and sees the advancing axe. Damn it, Maurice.
Man, what the devil, Belle? Look out!
The invention
Wow.
crashes into the door, and a red cloud of smoke poofs out of the basement. Belle and Maurice emerge from the wreckage to find Chip swinging on a loose spring.
You guys gotta try this thing.
Interior Beast Castle, various locations, night. The castle objects continue to fight off Gaston's men. All the while, Gaston searches the castle alone for the beast. Meanwhile, Mrs. Potts and her teacups pour hot tea on one of the men.
Up here, you scurvy scum! Now!
We see the wardrobe fighting off a couple of men. She then swallows one into her closet, and the man comes out given a complete feminine makeover. Somewhere elsewhere, LeFou is backing Lumiere into a corner, threatening him with a lit torch, melting Lumiere's wax. Cogsworth comes out dressed like Napoleon Bonaparte, with a pistol in one hand and a pair of scissors in the other as he laughs with glee. Cogsworth sees Lumiere in trouble and slides down the staircase railing and aims the points of his scissors towards LeFou's backside. LeFou is jammed with the scissors, and he definitely feels it. Meanwhile, Belle, Maurice, and Chip ride Philippe on horseback rapidly through the woods towards the castle. Back at the castle, one of Gaston's henchmen, Tom, is plucking the feathers out of the feather duster. Lumiere sees this, and he blows fire into Tom's backside and catches the feather duster. The two of them gaze at each other romantically. LeFou and some other men chase the footstool into a kitchen. They try to back the footstool into a corner, but are scared off by the knives as well as the stove chef. Finally, the invaders are chased out and the objects celebrate their victory.
Stay out!
Lumiere pulls over Cogsworth and kisses him once on each cheek. Cogsworth shakes it off. Interior Beast Castle, Beast's Room, night. Cut to Gaston, who finds Beast's lair. He raises his crossbow and takes aim. Beast looks up at him, then looks back down in sadness again. Gaston releases the arrow and it strikes Beast in the shoulder. He screams in pain and stands. Gaston rushes him and they fly out the window onto the balcony where it's begun to rain. Exterior Beast Castle, Towers, night. Gaston corners Beast on the edge of the roof. Beast simply sits there in despair.
Get up. Get up. What's the matter, Beast? Too kind and gentle to fight back.
Beast looks down, ignoring him. Gaston walks into the foreground and breaks off a piece of the roof. He's about to smash it on Beast's head when Belle's voice drifts up. She's on the bridge and is yelling to Gaston, telling him to stop.
No!
Beast hears her voice, giving him new life.
Belle.
No, Gaston, don't.
Gaston swings down at Beast, but he catches the weapon in his hand. Beast rises up and roars in Gaston's face. They proceed through a fight on the rooftop. Finally, Beast takes a hiding place among the gargoyles in the darkness. Meanwhile, Belle enters the castle on the ground.
Let's go, Philippe.
Gaston looks for the Beast among the stone gargoyles.
On out and fight. Are you in love with her, Beast? Did you honestly think she'd want you when she has someone like me?
Beast has been provoked again. He emerges and they fight again.
It's over, Beast. Belle is mine.
This time, however, Beast picks up Gaston by the neck and holds him out over the edge of the roof. Gaston pleads with Beast.
Let me go. Let me go. Please, don't hurt me. I'll do anything. Anything.
Beast's anger slowly melts off his face, and the look of compassion returns. He pulls Gaston back onto the roof.
Get out.
He shoves Gaston to the ground. Above, Belle comes out on a balcony.
Beast!
Belle.
Beast begins to climb the tower until he reaches the balcony. He hangs over the side.
Belle. You came back.
Beast and Belle stare passionately at each other, but the moment is interrupted when Gaston sneaks up and stabs Beast in the back. Beast roars in pain and Belle is helpless. Gaston pulls the knife out and swings back for another shot. Beast starts to fall, knocking Gaston off his balance. Belle reaches forward and pulls Beast back while Gaston falls off, never to be seen again. Belle helps the injured Beast up onto the balcony where he lies down on the floor. The objects come rushing out but stay out of sight.
You came back.
Of course I came back. I couldn't let them. Oh, this is all my fault. Lee, I'd gotten here sooner.
Maybe. It's better. It's better this way.
Don't talk like that. You'll be all right. We're together now. Everything's gonna be fine. You'll see.
At least I got to see you one last time.
Belle pulls Beast's paw up to her cheek. He holds it there for a second, then drops it. His head falls back and his eyes close. Belle drops the paw and puts her hands to her mouth. She can't believe this has happened.
Please, please, please don't leave me. I love you.
We cut to the objects who watch the last petal fall off the rose. They all look down at the floor, and Cogsworth puts his arm around Mrs. Potts. Cut back to Belle and Beast. The rain continues to fall, but one beam of light falls like a shooting star. Then another comes, and another, and another. Belle finally notices what's happening. She stops crying for a second, then starts to back away. A fog begins to enshroud Beast. We see the objects looking on in extreme anticipation. Beast rises up into the air magically and begins to turn. He's enveloped in a cloud of light and becomes wrapped in his cloak. Underneath we can see Beast's body shifting and forming. A forepaw comes out and the claws turn into fingers. A hind paw emerges and develops into a foot. Finally a wind blows across his face and the fur melts away to reveal a young prince. He gradually descends and is laid on the floor again. The fog disappears and Belle reaches out to touch him. She jerks her hand back, however, when the figure begins to move. It stands, then looks at its hands, then turns to face Belle. It's a human with the same blue eyes as Beast. It's obviously Beast transformed. Belle gives him a mysterious look.
Belle, it's me.
She continues to look at him skeptically, but then she sees the blue eyes and instantly knows it's him.
It is you.
They kiss. A fireworks display explodes around them. The gloom surrounding the castle disappears, revealing a blue sky. The castle is transformed, with the gargoyles changing into cherubs. Finally, we return to the balcony, where the objects hop out to meet the prince and Belle. One by one, they are transformed back to their original human conditions.
Lumiere. Cogsworth. Mrs. Potts. Look at us.
Mama! Mama!
The pair transforms back into a boy and a dog.
Oh my goodness!
It's a miracle.
The prince and Belle, he swings her around. The ruffles of her skirt wipe to the ballroom, where all are gathered to celebrate. Interior ballroom day. The prince and Belle dance around the room as the rest of the characters get in their last lines.
Ah, l'amour.
He says this, and a maid, obviously the former feather duster, walks by, brushing him on the chin. He starts to chase after her, but Cogsworth cockblocks him.
Well, Lumiere, old friend, shall we let bygones be bygones?
Of course, mon ami. I told you she would break the spell.
I beg your pardon, old friend, but I believe I told you.
No, you didn't. I told you.
You most certainly did not, you pompous, paraffin-headed pea-brain.
On guard, you overgrown pocket watch.
Oh my god, clock blocks him, that's it. He takes off his glove and slaps Cogsworth across the face with it. They begin to fight. Cut to Belle and the prince, who continue to dance around the floor. The camera stops on Mrs. Potts, Chip, and Maurice, who is beginning to cry.
Are they gonna live happily ever after, Mama?
Of course, my dear, of course.
Do I still have to sleep in the cupboard?
Yes. Maurice laughs, and Mrs. Potts hugs her child and laughs. Cut to a camera looking over the entire ballroom with all in the shot. It slowly zooms out with Belle and the prince dancing around the room and fades into the final stained glass window. This one with Belle and the prince in the center, surrounded by the rest of the characters.
Certain as the sun, rising in peace, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme,
Beauty and the Beast, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
Fade out into credits, the end.
Oh, I'm still falling.
Gaston is yelling.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching. That's another musical that we did. Thank you all for watching, and good night until the next one.